Tonight on News 5 Live, son of Ras India killed in Dangriga. More COVID cases confirmed at Belize City Hall. Trouble brewing over the toll bridge in San Pedro, and hundreds turn out for a land clinic hoping to get help after years of being turned around and getting nowhere. Details of these stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
Imagine going through your entire day without the burden and risk of carrying cash on you. Belize's shift to digital wallets has begun with eCash. We can now skip the cash when collecting money or paying for our essentials, all while using a fast, easy, and secure platform. Simply add funds to your wallet via bank transfer or at an agent, and you're good to go. You will be able to make quick, easy payments simply by scanning QR codes. And best of all, it all happens just like that. Payments are as easy as clicking a link online or scanning a QR code. Download the eCash app from the Google Play and Apple App Store today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. The future is here with eCash. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257 to find out more.
Introducing Edam A cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese, exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
Watch The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings of the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. exclusively on Channel 5 Belize. The Truth of God with Pastor Gino Jennings every Sunday at 8 a.m. on Channel 5 Belize.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
Are you hesitant to get the COVID-19 vaccine? Are you confused with all the misinformation about COVID? Still weighing the side effects versus the benefits of the vaccine? Do you know how the vaccine actually works? Let us put your mind at ease when a team of medical experts will answer these questions and more. Join the Ministry of Health and Wellness in collaboration with Channel 5 on Monday, August 9th for a show that will give you the facts about getting vaxxed. The discussion will be live on 5 and streamed on Facebook and YouTube at 7:30 p.m. Don't forget to send your questions using hashtag #GetTheFacts. This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening. Welcome to News 5 Live for Friday, August 6th. I am Brighton Codd. Another young man has been shot and killed in the streets, this time in Dangriga. News 5's Paul Lopez headed down south to find out more about the incident and the youth who, as it turns out, is from a very famous family.
14-year-old Kwame Williams came from a family of musicians. His grandfather, Brother David Obe, is hailed as a Belizean legend for his contributions to Belize's music scene. His father, Ras Indio, is a world-renowned reggae artist. Sadly, the world will never get to experience Kwame's own musical talent because his life was cut short by a gunman on Thursday night in Dangriga. Francis Norales heard the gunshots.
3 minutes past 9, I got inside. Roll a lead draw for the smoke. You know, and while I roll up this draw, gunshots start lick. You know? And they shot the song real loud, so I know that right in front of my house, but I think that police.
The victim fell near Norales' property, gasping for air. The police report says the 14-year-old was en route to his grandfather's house on the other side of town and had made it as far as Gumagarugo Street when he was shot by someone on a bicycle.
I don't know if you may have enemies out there. I don't know, I don't know who would hurt me, baby. Or killer 5 shot. You know, people said I mistake identity. The officer said I mistake identity, but 5 shot. I don't know. I lost too. I don't know.
I think it was a case of mistaken identity.
I don't know what to say that case there. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yes, but when you see, you don't feel like that.
Because other people made up on the street. Yeah. People made hang out around the corner there. You know, I think the killer follow the Lee boy for kill him. When I say that Lee boy, it disturbing for say Lee boy, Lee baby boy, 14 years old. I mean, that way the future of the country will look like if we continue this. So?
Kwame's mother says she will always remember her son for his vibrant and jovial spirit.
Vibrant, like run jokes, you know. He like play a league game, he like FIFA and so, you know. He like sing, you know, he like music a lot. And he's a nice person, he's a very nice young man.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Police have since detained one person for questioning. San Pedro taxi operators are up in arms in San Pedro and are threatening to demonstrate in protest of a proposed increase in toll fees for the Sir Barry Bowen Bridge on the island. As viewers may remember, there is a fee to cross over to the north side. In July, an announcement was made by the town council that a new monthly fee of $350 would be instituted and commercial vehicles would have to make that payment at the town hall, which would issue them a pass, similar to your license sticker. Well, various stakeholders have reacted to the hike, and today when we spoke to Mayor Wallen Eunice, he says that the fee has been reduced.
It is not $350 for the taxis. We have adjusted all of those fees. The taxis are $150 per month. We adjusted for the golf cart rentals. We adjusted for the private vehicles, with the exception of golf carts and motorcycles, which would be free of cost. But I'm going to be sending out a press release on that. But we adjusted all of it with the consultation of the different stakeholders. But Dwayne, the situation with the bridge is very, very important. The bridge was in a state that it was about to collapse, and we can't afford that. We can't afford that. The north of the island is already a booming area for the tourism, and we know that everybody goes to Secret Beach. Everybody plans to go up north during the weekends. And there's a lot of business up north that would lose if something would happen to that bridge. That bridge is no longer what we used to call a luxury to cross over. Now it is a necessity.
Mayor Nunes says that it would cost the council $600,000 to repair the Sir Barry Bowen Bridge. That is money the council does not have, and the revenues collected from the toll will be placed in a separate account and used solely for its maintenance. The long-term plan is to construct a new bridge linking the north and south sides of San Pedro town.
There is a lot of repairs that has to be done, in excess of over $600,000 just to repair. And with that, we have decided that we have to construct a new bridge. We are looking at financing for the new bridge as well. The new bridge will be at an angle right next to this one, but to the existing bridge. But in all honesty, there was a lot of money that was collected in the past for the bridge, and that it was actually more than what we were going to be charging, because we were averaging it out, and it would have been way less than what they were charging at the bridge. So just seeing that the numbers, we know that they collected millions of dollars throughout the years in that bridge. Where did that money go to? What did they do? Why they didn't repair or build a new bridge? So that's the reason why we have to charge for the bridge, and we're trying to do it with the less impact.
For months now, there has been a battle between former employees of the San Pedro Town Council and the new municipal administration. The ex-employees have not been paid their severance packages mandated by law. But the crew of the matter, according to Mayor Wallen Eunice, is whether they are to be paid for the amounts cut from their salary during the pandemic. Mayor Eunice says the council has gotten legal advice and is now working with the Labor Department to determine the correct amount that is to be paid to the former employees.
No payments have been made. We did have 2 legal opinions, which were basically telling us that we have to make an arrangement with them. And we also have another legal opinion, which was recent, which they told us that yes, you have to pay them the adjustment on their salaries, which was the adjustment on the vacation, the adjustment on the severance, but not on the deferred payment due to the pandemic. So that's what we're working on. The council is currently working together with the Labor Department so that we can come up with an amount that is fair enough, and we need to come to the table with the former employees so that we can make an arrangement with payment.
The United Democratic Party remains in free fall, despite Patrick Farber retaining his seat as party leader following a recall convention. The fallout continues within the beleaguered opposition. The most recent rift seems to be between the Collett-era representative and former Senator Juliet Thimbrell, who was also the manager of Wave Radio, the UDP's political media organ. In a social media post shared by Thimbrell, she says, quote, "After working for more than 26 years in the United Democratic Party, more than half of my life, because I dare to express myself about how matters are proceeding, this is what I got. Never regret being real or expressing yourself," unquote. In response, Farber says, quote, "It regrettably seems I'm not able to get your objective support, so I suggested we do things differently. I didn't want it to come as a surprise to you, and so I'm sending this message. Thanks for all your efforts to the party over the years," unquote. Coming up, more COVID cases at Belize City Hall. Find out about the testing underway and the precautions being taken when we return.
Hello friends, this is Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, "Therefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith." In 1952, Florence Chadwick was the first woman to swim the English Channel both ways. While training for this, she once sought to swim from Catalina Island in California back to the shore. Encouraged by friends and family, she stepped into those chilly waters off the Pacific Ocean to attempt to swim back. The weather was foggy and chilly, and she could hardly see the boats accompanying her. Still, she swam steadily for 15 hours. She then begged to be taken out of the water, but her mother in a boat alongside told her that she was close and she could make it. Finally, physically and emotionally exhausted, Florence stopped swimming and was pulled out of the water and taken into one of the boats. On the boat she stood, and to her amazement discovered she was less than a half a mile away. At a news conference the next day she said, "All I could see was the fog. I think if I could have seen the shore, I would have made it." If the fogs of life have engulfed you and you feel you can make it no longer, then let me challenge you to keep your eyes on Jesus and keep looking for the shoreline of the country and the home He has prepared for you. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardena village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
With the touch of a finger, we can easily unlock our phones and securely gain access to our data. This technology is called biometrics, and the Social Security Board is introducing fingerprint recognition to make transactions and handling of your sensitive data secure, fast, accurate, and convenient. Is your identity safe? Fingerprint recognition will keep your Social Security record secure and confidential while making your access fast and easy. It protects your identity. Is your name a common one? Fingerprint recognition uses your unique characteristics ensuring your hard-earned benefits go directly to you, the rightful owner. Tired of all the paperwork? Fingerprinting makes this hassle-free. Your convenience and your information security is our priority. Fingerprint recognition coming soon. Social Security at your fingertips.
My name is Julie, and I'm a single mom raising a 10-year-old son. I'm the director for a conservation organization. When I started working in the field of marine conservation, it was absolutely male-dominated. It still is male-dominated. One of my first jobs was as a manager out on a remote island with all male staff reporting to me. And one of my assistants was very upset with me and actually told me, the only woman who ever tells me what to do is my mom. And I have my son, and I really do want to show him that really anything can be done, and it doesn't matter who you are. From day one, I've been teaching my son that any job that a man can do, a woman can do. And he has learned this, and he now preaches this to friends and even my colleagues.
Live and let live. Respect for all Belizeans.
The Commission of Inquiry into the fire sale of public assets, including vehicles, office furniture, and electronic equipment under the previous government, resumes on August 16th. The continuation of the public hearings comes after several months of pause, following a firm position taken by National Trade Union Congress of Belize President Luke Martinez, who sits on the three-member panel. Viewers would recall that on April 15th, broadcast of the inquiry from the House of Culture here in Belize City was abruptly cut during a speech being delivered by the president of the umbrella organization. Earlier today, News 5 spoke with Andrew Marshalek, chairman of the Commission of Inquiry. He says that orders have been sent out for witnesses to appear before the commission when it resumes. He also assured viewers there will not be any break in any transmission this time around.
That list of witnesses was settled from the last occasion when the hearing was discontinued. So it's the same list, the same people are being served again with summonses to attend. But so far, only about half of them have been served.
What assurances, if any, can be given to the public based on what transpired that ended with the commission being put on pause?
I think the whole experience itself and determination of the broadcast, because the proceedings were recording and a recording was eventually made available to the press. So it just wasn't broadcast live. I think the whole experience with the cut and the fallout that happened is itself sufficient to ensure that it doesn't happen again. I think given the opportunity to do over what in fact transpired, the feed would not have been cut on the second, or would not be cut on the second occasion. I think it was just an unfortunate decision, and it was an error, and it will be repeated.
Has elapsed since mid-April. Is there still public interest in proceeding with the inquiry? While it has lost some momentum, Chairman Marshalek says the NTUCB was the body requesting the resumption of the commission.
Well, momentum has been lost, there's no doubt about that, but the reason why we discontinued was because one of the members, in fact, one of the members who called for the commission had decided they didn't want to participate because of certain things that were happening between them and the government at the time. They have since, in July, decided that they now want to proceed, and a date was fixed in August to resume and hopefully complete the commission. Some of the witnesses we've called now is just to confirm what we've seen from the documentation, to air the information so that everybody else also appreciates what it is publicly. But from what we've seen, it's fairly clear what the findings will or should be. And I don't want to preempt or speak on behalf of the entire commission, because I do have two other members, and But from what we've seen and what we've discussions held so far, it's fairly clear what happened.
The Central Health Region has identified 2 more positive cases of COVID-19 among employees at the Belize City Council. This brings the total number of positive cases at 6 in the City Hall, including Mayor Bernard Wagner. This afternoon, Deputy Regional Health Manager Dr. Melissa Diaz-Musa told News 5 that while they have detected these 6 cases, they are awaiting the results of tests that have been conducted on other members of the staff. Dr. Musa says City Hall has closed its entire 3rd floor until further notice. Mayor Wagner tested positive soon after returning from vacation at the end of July, but his suspicion was that he had contracted the virus upon doing business in Belize, since he had tested negative upon his arrival back in the country. After the break, a land clinic at San Pedro results in a landslide of attendees. Dwayne Moody reports from San Pedro when we come back, but first, here's a look at the latest COVID-19 figures. This COVID update is brought to you by Belize Medical Associates. This COVID update was brought to you by Belize Medical Associates.
Improving lives, delivering quality. Water for you and me in Belize. BWS, we make it happen.
At Belize Water Services, we continue delivering on our promise of improving the lives of you, our valued customers. We have all been adversely affected by COVID-19 in many ways. VWS has ensured that we have been there for you during these difficult and challenging times by adjusting our processes and our way of doing business to ensure the safety of our customers as well as our staff. VWS enhanced our virtual and distance options to continue to serve you while reducing risk. Customers have been able to contact us through our toll-free numbers, via email, and using our newly introduced WhatsApp numbers for messaging. We have also continued to encourage customers to make payments online. These measures are all designed to improve the safety of customers. VWS went even further. Knowing the effects of the pandemic on the economy and our customers, we launched our residential amnesty program, offering rebate discounts during the months of April, May, and June 2021. We're pleased to report that some 7,400 customers utilized the arrears assistance, and some 18,000 residential customers received the benefit of the early payment discount. During these tough times, BWS also continued to invest in infrastructure expansion and improvements. At the same time, we have continued to provide high-quality, safe, potable water services to ensure the continued health and safety of all our consumers. Our customers enjoyed uninterrupted water supply during the most challenging of times.
Belize Water Services, delivering water and more.
I visited the land of Serbia, a great many miles away. I ascended the Mount Everest few people have conquered. I roared on the snow-covered Antarctic and Arctic. I rolled swiftly across the vast, untamed desert. Ling Long Tire conquers every corner of the world.
Distributed by Enrique Martinez and Sons Limited, 2 miles Philip Golson Highway, Belize City.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives delivering less than the very best is never an option.
On Thursday night, we showed you the snaking line on Ambergris Key as San Pedro residents attended day one of land clinic hosted by the Ministry of Natural Resources. Today, we headed to the island town to find the numbers had ballooned in the final day as residents made serious headway into acquiring their titles and getting issues resolved. News 5's Dwayne Moody reports.
For 15 years, this single mother of four had been trying to acquire the title to a property in San Pedro. Today, an emotional Rosilda Patricia Coleman says that after years of renting, they will finally be able to go to the bank and secure a loan to purchase a place to call home.
I've been going back and forth with him and he'll never get anything done for me. They promise I go to Belmopang, they give me hard time. And now, I can believe you guys, you're making a difference for me today and my children. I mean, said they grew up, I work hard, and after 15 years for me to get this means a lot for me.
She's among hundreds of residents who between Thursday and today were able to get much needed services. The municipality does not have a lands department office, so for years residents would have to travel to Belmopan.
It is very difficult for islanders to get things done. So we see the need for having a lands department here on the island. It's very important. And today, actually yesterday and today, we can see the need of that. And it is something that it's been long awaited for. And it's not only about the new issues or old issues, but everybody has some of the documentation that wasn't in place. Sometimes we see that one person owns a piece of property that they have 2 or 3 landowners on that same title, which is quite sad. But
so it's about clearing that up as well.
It is.
The mess had been here. Everybody just having a piece of paper and abandonment, corruption, money is being handed out to the wrong people, false agents as well. I have to mention that false agents out there that are out there coming out here in San Pedro and Kikaka. Beware of these people. So all of these things have just added up in the past 13 years.
Belize Rural South Area Rep and Minister of Blue Economy, Andrew Parrish, joined Natural Resources Minister Cordell Hyde for the land clinic and says the purging has begun. He says that the land clinic is historic.
It is for everyone to see, not only here in Belize, but the entire nation, how neglected we have been, how neglected this entire place here with all the different services. I have to work with the schedule of the DPM. I don't want to be chancy and greedy, you understand me, because he's doing this whole national land clinic, his idea, which is brilliant. I think that was genius. So I have to be fair with the rest of the country, but it has needs. But obviously, yes, we have already working to set a date for Kikaka to deal with our people Kikaka because they then have suffered as well.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
Captain Elton Bennett retakes the helm at the Coast Guard this week after a 1-year study leave. Bennett attended the Royal College of Defence Studies in London, which is a strategic level course for leadership of military service on matters of international security. Bennett told us that while he is in a better position now to lead the Belize Coast Guard into the future, there will be challenges in the coming months.
Of course, I'm better positioned now to provide better leadership to the organization because of the knowledge that I've gained. I also picked up a master's in international security and strategy whilst attending the course. So I've been exposed to more than just the domestic security challenges that we face here in Belize. So I do believe that I'm better prepared and better exposed to lead the organization into the next 10 years. Some of the challenges that we're facing already, obviously the economic situation here in Belize and impacting not only the Belize Coast Guard, but the entire nation, and particularly the services of Belize. So making adjustments as relates to budget to ensure that we prioritize and then we make assessment of where we can shift resources or reassign assets that we need to assign to ensure that we can achieve with the same output with minimum or less resources. Those are some of the challenges that I'm already foreseeing. So me coming back today, there's not much adjustment that needs to take place for the Coast Guard. The adjustment is me. I am the one who needs to fit in to the new administration. Understand that before I left, it was a different government. I'm now back, and it's my responsibility now to understand and appreciate the new policies, the new directions, and to ensure that the Coast Guard development and strategy is in line with your new policies.
Bennett said that while he has completed the course and is now promotable to the rank of Rear Admiral, the discussion to officially do so has not yet happened. Belize Electricity Limited realized a profit of $40 million in 2020, despite the significant impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the economy. That's because several factors were at play, including a considerable decline in the cost of power purchased from CFE in Mexico. According to BEL Chairman Andrew Marshallek, overall sales decreased significantly in the first year of the pandemic, notwithstanding the profit at the end of the last fiscal year.
BEL was able to realize significant profits during 2020, and that's in spite of the fact that its overall sales declined significantly during COVID, and also of those sales, more people were unable to pay the bills, so that arrears also climbed. And the reason why profits were realized in those circumstances is because the cost of power also fell dramatically during COVID. And of course, the rate of decline in cost outstripped the decline in revenue, so there was still profits. We expect the cost of power to increase gradually. The projections are hardly precise. The experience is that it's gone up back more or less about halfway where we expect it will eventually settle when things rebound to where they were before COVID. So the cost of power from CFE is already on the rise. The rate of the rise is hard to predict, and really has to do with the global recovery from the pandemic and the recovery in specifically in Mexico from the pandemic, the economic recovery.
The government of Belize is appealing a recent decision by the Supreme Court in which the Maya community of Halacte, including 2 villagers, was awarded $6.3 million in a lawsuit filed after the construction of the Halacte Road. The claim had to do with government's failure to get the free, prior, and informed consent of the Maya people where it concerns the use of communal lands. According to Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde, Minister of Natural Resources, a new FPIC protocol is being put together to address such issues going forward. This is in line with the consent order by the Caribbean Court of Justice.
Yes, that's a real problem in the areas that are known as Mayan communal lands. We have the tangential, well, not tangential to that, but separate from that, we have a big challenge here in terms of balancing the rights and the responsibilities of people who own lands there previous to this judgment, and also making sure that we protect, that we preserve the rights of the Mayan people who have won that landmark decision in the CCJ. So that's a difficult thing for us, but right now we are before the CCJ. I believe that we were supposed to provide a draft FPIC protocol, free, prior, and informed consent protocol, that will govern how we administrate the situation in Toledo. But we asked for an extension, and I think sometime in September we're supposed to provide that. I know we have a first draft. We've been working diligently on that to try to finish it, to try to perfect it, to try to make it such that everybody can be satisfied, that we preserve everyone's rights, that we make sure that the Mayans have access to these lands for their customary uses, and also to ensure that the people who have leases before and titles before, that they are not prejudiced in a very substantive kind of way. So at the end of the day, to make sure that everyone wins.
Just ahead, a protest in the Caribbean takes a shocking turn as the Prime Minister is attacked on the way to Parliament. We will have the images and the response when we come back.
At Benquip, we offer a complete line of Honda products featuring the most trusted and reliable line of motorcycles in Belize. For outdoor and marine recreation, we have Polaris ATVs and UTVs, Honda Outboards, and Volvo Pentamarine solutions. When it's time to service your vehicle or equipment, you can find the brands you trust at Benquip. We carry a large inventory of Castrol oils, NGK spark plugs, and a full range of cleaning products from Magic. Get power when you need it with Kohler and Honda generators. We also have trimmers and lawnmowers from Honda and Husqvarna, so you can keep your yard and surroundings properly maintained. So visit Benquip today at 3 miles on the Philip Golson Highway to get the equipment, parts, and service you need.
Digi's got the summer deals, and now's the time to join in on Digi's Back to School raffle. Win big with any of our 3 easy ways to enter. 1. Purchase any device on promotion. 2. Be a Digicel or Diginet prepaid customer with at least $10 in usage. 3. Make the switch. Join the Digi family between July 1st and 31st, and you're automatically in to win. Don't miss out on your chance to win Digi's Back to School package, including a laptop, MiFi, and 3 months of free data, all valued over $2,000. Win big with Digi's Back to School raffle, because Digi's got the summer deals. For more information, visit our website at livedigi.com or visit a Digi store near you.
Is always with you, from live TV, sports, and on-demand titles. Choose your plan today. Plans start as low as $15 per month. My TV, entertainment, anytime, anywhere.
I was 17 and in love, and I thought he loved me too. But now I know that a loving partner should not take away your choice of clothes you wear or the music you listen to. He should not take away your purse, car keys, or your phone so that when your family calls, you cannot answer. If your partner is controlling you, it is domestic violence. Call 0800-A-WAY-OUT or our cell phone number, 672-9628. This message is brought to you by the National Women's Commission in collaboration with Miss Universe Belize, with funding from the Engender and Spotlight projects.
Es un hecho. Únicamente con Smart obtienes todo realmente ilimitado. Solo con Smart obtienes datos ilimitados en cualquier momento. Mientras que con el otro proveedor solo son datos dobles los fines de semana. Con datos ilimitados todos los días no hay necesidad de esperar, así que es un hecho que nuestros planes ilimitados superan a la competencia. Por lo tanto, no permita que le digan cómo y cuándo usar sus datos y obtenga llamadas, mensajes de texto y datos ilimitados. Vive la verdadera experiencia de planes ilimitados con Smart. Es un hecho. Haga el cambio y viva Smart.
The Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is recovering after being hit by an object thrown at him during protests against COVID-19 regulations on Thursday. Reuters news agency is reporting that Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves had been walking through a group of protesters on his way into Parliament. Lawmakers there were discussing a public health regulation that would require most frontline workers to be vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus or risk termination. With more on the story and dramatic footage of the incident, here is a report from Caribbean Week in Review.
Protests in St. Vincent and the Grenadines over legislative changes that could make the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory for frontline workers if they want to keep their jobs turned violent on August 5th, with Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves sustaining a head injury. His son, Finance Minister Camilo Gonsalves, told Parliament late that night that his father will be flown to Barbados for an MRI to determine the extent of his injuries. The 74-year-old Prime Minister was struck in the head by an object thrown by a demonstrator who was among those protesting proposed changes to the Public Health Act outside the Parliament in the capital, Kingston. Videos went viral on social media showing an injured Gonzalez with blood on the right side of his head being rushed by security forces from the scene. A statement from the office of the Prime Minister said Gonzalez was physically assaulted and wounded by opposition demonstrators while attempting to enter the House of Assembly. It said approximately 200 demonstrators, responding to a call to action from the leader of the opposition, picketed the Parliament and blocked the entrance to the building. And when the crowd prevented the vehicle carrying the Prime Minister from driving through the gate of the Parliament, he got out and attempted to enter on foot. It was at that point, the statement said, that a demonstrator hurled a projectile at the Prime Minister, which struck him in the head inches above the temple. The office of the Prime Minister said Gonzalez was bleeding profusely and taken to the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital by his security detail. It had said he was recuperating under the care of the hospital staff and would remain at the hospital overnight for observation. But the finance minister told Parliament, which continued its sessions in his father's absence, that he would be seeking further medical care in Barbados.
The Prime Minister of St. Vincent was flown to Barbados for an MRI scan. His son, the Minister of Finance, has asked the assailant to hand themselves in for what he termed a deliberate attempt on the Prime Minister. He also called on the members of the opposition and their supports to exercise restraint. The government of Belize unequivocally condemns the physical assault on Dr. Ralph Gonzalez. Today, GOB issued a statement condemning the attack, calling for those responsible to be brought to justice. GOB also wished the Prime Minister a speedy recovery. And in other regional news, authorities in Guyana are working to secure COVID-19 vaccines for children ahead of the start of their school year in September. They already have vaccination legislation in place to help the process. Here's more from Caribbean Week in Review.
As the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health press forward to examine various plans for the reopening of schools in September, the Health Minister, Dr. Frank Anthony, today said talks are currently ongoing for COVID vaccination rollout in the schools once the approved vaccines for children are procured. The minister did not say whether those vaccines will be optional, but he noted that the children will receive the jab under existing law.
There is an existing immunization law in Guyana as it pertains to children, and we will be giving those vaccines in accordance with that particular law.
The health minister was referring to the Public Health School Children Immunization Act of 1974. The law makes provision for the immunization of persons seeking entry into schools and daycare centers against certain communicable diseases. 2 vaccines have been approved for children between the ages of 12 and 18. Guyana is seeking the Pfizer vaccine, which is being used in the U.S. for children.
The government of Guyana is actively working to get vaccines for children. There have been 2 vaccines that have been given emergency use authorization in the United States, and that is the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine. And so far, they're being used for persons between 12 to 18, and we're actively trying to get those vaccines into Guyana so that we can administer it to our children.
The government is hoping to reopen schools for face-to-face learning in September. While there has been no definitive decision on that issue, there is concern about the impact the absence of face-to-face learning may be having on the nation's children.
The Inter-American Development Bank has approved a loan for $30 million Belize dollars to support the sustainability of Belize's micro, small, and medium enterprises. According to the IDB, this program will benefit 200 businesses in the agriculture, fisheries, and tourism sectors, which have been deeply affected due to their vulnerability to the COVID-19 crisis. 30% of total will finance climate change, adaptation, and mitigation investments. The project will also strengthen the capacity of the country's Development Finance Corporation to better serve women entrepreneurs, including the design of products and non-financial services targeting women entrepreneurs, gender awareness trainings for loan officers, and other key activities. The IDB loan has a repayment period of 25 years, a grace period of 5.5 years, and an interest based on the London Interbank offered rate. Just ahead, the joy of basketball. Some city youths get the chance to enjoy their sport and learn what it takes to be the best. But first, here's the weather forecast with data from the Belize Met Service.
Why, Tony?
Why, kid, what are you going on, man?
I actually come see you because I need to buy a stack of them plastic plates and cups for my grocery shop because I run low.
Boy, I stopped importing things since April 15th, you know. And I just routed the last batch, must have been like 3 weeks back, you know.
Man, do I usually have anything? What is going on?
Check this, right? Under the new law, we ban all single-use plastics, so that the cups, plates, forks, spoons, and knives, all of that. Since April 15th, can't import none of them. Starting January 15, 2021, you can't manufacture them. April 15, 2021, you can't sell them. And after July 14, 2021, if you get catch with any other thing, you will get fined.
Me never know this. I guess I have to make some changes then. I have to make the customers know that anything not available. Anyways, bro. Thanks, man.
No problem, man. Take care.
Hey son, how was your first day at sixth form?
Really cool. It was great to see my friends, and I really love my teachers.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm sorry I wasn't there for your first day, but I'll be back from Corozal next week.
It's okay, Dad. I can't wait to see you. Oh, and please remember, I still have some books I need to purchase.
Ah, yes. Let me e-cash you that right now. Money has been sent. I add a little extra cash just for you.
Whoa, Dad. Thanks. Got it.
You're welcome, sir.
Download the eCash app today and take your first step into a cashless lifestyle. For more information, visit www.e-cash.com or contact us via WhatsApp at 613-0257. eCash, the future is here.
How does the AstraZeneca vaccine work? The vaccine provides support to help your body develop immunity to the virus that causes COVID-19. The body is left with a supply of memory cells that will remember how to fight the virus. It takes a few weeks for the body to produce the antibodies after vaccination. How long does it take to build immunity after taking the first dose of the vaccine? There is protection 14 days after a person's first dose. However, that initial protection may decline over time, which is the reason why it is so important to get the second shot. How long after the first dose should one take the second dose? The second dose should be given between week 8 and week 12. Are there any deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine? There have been no deaths associated with the AstraZeneca vaccine. Vaccines save lives. They remain the safest, most effective, and cost-effective medical tool developed. Increased uptake of the vaccine is the best way to stop this pandemic, save lives, and return to normalcy.
Bundle the fastest, most reliable, unlimited broadband in Belize with your prepaid or postpaid mobile plan or Netflix. You can bundle your broadband with your prepaid and enjoy 50% off all national calls, plus get SMS and data. Paid plans? Then bundle with any speed and pay only $25 extra monthly to enjoy unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 500 minutes, plus 6,300 megabytes of data. Stream unlimited HD movies and TV shows with our broadband, plus the Netflix add-on for only $30 monthly, and enjoy streaming on your laptop, TV, phone, or tablet. Visit a smart showroom near you to sign up or upgrade to the bundle that's right for you. Smart, bringing people together.
All of 2020, COVID kept us all under lockdown, robbing school children of their summer camps and any opportunity to engage in contact sports. But this year, with proper guidelines in place, one man managed to convince the parents of 26 children and the RF&G insurance company to buy into his idea of holding a basketball camp for those children. Basketball coach Darwin Poppy Leslie told us it was his way of keeping the youths engaged in positive recreation and out of trouble. News 5's Marion Ali reports.
The lessons these children are being taught while learning the sport of basketball are ones that coach Darwin Poppy Leslie hopes they will apply to their lives long after they leave the court. The boys, who hail from the Yarborough and Iguana Street areas, are all under the age of 12. They are at the prime age, he says, to learn the disciplines required to master the fundamentals of the sport. He forms this opinion, having observed basketballers at the highest level in Belize play.
I see where at the highest level they still don't have some of the fundamentals. So, which is how to move your feet, how to catch the ball, how to shoot, those basic things the elite players might know what they're doing or don't know how to do it. So if we don't, it's hard to teach that at that level. Now if we start to teach the basic, how to catch the ball, how to shoot the ball, how to use your eyes and hands and foot coordination together, because with basketball you need that coordination. That needs to be taught at this age. So when we carry it over to under 14, under 17, U21, national A team, it has already been molded from here.
Molding the boys to become prime-time players is just a part of the purpose of the camp, says Leslie. The other goal is to steer them away from negativity.
The basketball of men, hurry, run and come. Yes, hurry, run and come. That's the easy part. To teach you basketball is the easy part. To have a father figure around and teach that fatherly role or teach that positive male figure role. Now that's more important than any year we're having something when they call a ball. I want them to come because then in terms of prevention, in terms of not reaction, we don't want them to reach the police.
Okay, so when you find that on the court, maybe one's temper is a little bit more than is tolerated on the court, how do you manage that situation?
Now how I manage that is, let's put basketball aside. There's something deeper.
Leslie says that when there is a display of anger on the court, he often delves deeper into that child's personal life to see where the real problem lies.
That anger is a reaction. So, all right, let's take a trip to the child home. When you go to the home, it might be just a mother.
You do all of that?
It's part of, you have to do it if you really care.
The company that cared enough to invest in this venture was RF&G Insurance. That company's marketing coordinator, Lucian Dawson, says these are just the kind of projects they look forward to invest in.
Studies have shown that when you teach children sports, it gives them tactical abilities, or I would say tactical, the soft skills to negotiate, to go through life, to to basically do critical thinking. And so that's why we chose the avenue of sports to partner with. Earlier I was observing they're doing their warm-ups, and he's not only teaching them the warm-up, but he's telling them, I'm teaching you this because you need to know this movement when you're on the court. So it's beyond just teaching them a bunch of, jumping jacks.
Two of the boys who thought Leslie's camp was time well spent were 9-year-old LeBron Stewart and 10-year-old Camry Chavaria. Okay, so what all you get to learn?
How to dribble and shoot and lay out.
What are your favorite parts of this whole thing?
When we were playing a 2-on-2.
What happened?
we were at the final game and it was 19-19. Then I blocked a guy, then I grabbed the ball and scored.
It can be a future Devin Daly, a future Quincy Lopez, a future Darwin Leslie, Shea Prodas, Polo Lightburn, Postman Estrada. You know, so the aspiration is there. We have to keep it here, and then when the surprise comes that it's bigger than that, then it's a surprise for all of us.
Reporting for News 5, Marion Ali.
RFNG has partnered with Leslie in the past to conduct similar basketball camps, and it is a venture that its representatives said they're willing to consider again in the future. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available in both text and streaming video at channel5belize.com. You can also connect with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/News5Live. I'm Brighton Codd. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, please remember to wash your hands, keep your social distance, and stay safe. Good night.